Well, DEED has many programs and services that we're providing businesses throughout the state of Minnesota. Our Small Business Development Centers and the Angel Tax Credit Program are some of the programs that are assisting small business, while Minnesota Investment Fund is primarily focused on supporting medium and large size companies. The Angel Tax Credit Program was started in 2010 and since its inception has serviced over 300 startup businesses throughout the state and given $137 million of investment dollars to those companies. The program gives a 25% tax credit to investors that are interested in investing in high-tech companies, companies in the medical device sector, in software industries, are utilizing this program and are able to grow their company through this program. This is an important program that helps invest in startups throughout Minnesota and plants significant seed capital to those startups so that they can become the next 3M and Medtronic.
The Minnesota Tax Angel funding came to our company at a very critical time. We needed that type of financing, and I'm not saying without it we wouldn't have made it, but it allowed us to take a concept and bring it into basically a production item. So it allowed us to increase the value of the company. But another thing it did, it allowed us to have access to Minnesota investors who themselves probably never would have been able to find high-tech emerging growth companies such as ourselves. So I'd say it was kind of a win-win for both of us, for the company as well as for the Minnesota investors.
The Minnesota Angel Tax Credit Program has fairly simple procedures. First, the investor gets certified. Second, the business gets certified. And then we publish the lists of both the investors and the businesses on our website. Through sort of an online dating system, they find each other and jointly they apply to us for a tax credit allocation. Once we approve that allocation, the investment can be made. And at the end of the year, the investor gets a tax credit certificate that he can use on his Minnesota state income tax to claim the credit.
Key to the Angel Network, Minnesota Angel Network, has been the partnership that we've had with DEED. In fact, our program was actually established because of the Minnesota Angel Tax Credit going into effect. Many of the CEOs that we speak to have indicated that they could not have fundraised at all if it wasn't for the Minnesota Angel Tax Credit. So we continue to be thrilled that the Angel Tax Credit is available to CEOs in the state. We also could not even exist ourselves without, I think, the Angel Tax Credit the way it's been laid out.
This is a very early stage company and has been attempting to raise some money for several years, and we've used the Angel Tax Credit with several individual investors, and it probably meant the difference between getting invested and not getting invested, and who knows, maybe made the difference of survival of the company itself. This is a company that doesn't even have a product yet, but it is very innovative in the technology, and it's a very widely used technology, of course, with the prevalence of pacemakers and defibrillators around the world.
As a direct result of the funding that was achieved through the Minnesota Tax Credit, we employed 6 full-time people, but more importantly, because we outsource much of our services from accounting to legal to software development and then into production, the full employment of that is a multiple of that. And that's a direct result of the type of tax credit that was achieved through the Minnesota Angel program.